up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Gaming with the Wolfpack. And in this episode, it's a special end of the season episode. So, during this second and the first season, because I didn't do one for the first season, so I'm gonna add that in there. So during that one, we had a great journey, I would say. One, in fact, is where we started at, the farm, and we spent through Horde 21 on here. We built a great defense. As you can see, they're starting to get in, the reason why we moved. It was a great two-layer defense. We got a lot of memories here. We found our first couple treasures here. It was a great spot because of this town, pretty close to the snow, and then Trader. And then we had this. Then we had this guy leading all the way up to the rooftop. Just in case they was to get in, but literally today is the first time they was able to get in. And I do not know why this horde just spawned in here. But we had a lot of great memories here, a lot of great builds here. We learned how to build a mini bike here. We learned how to build a couple of guns here and a couple of our bullets. We also learned some food. We learned some mining skills. We got our skills up, I would say. So this was our starter base. We got a lot of good, lots and lots of good memories here. Come on, Iman. And then after the 21st day, we decided that this was not where we would stay. So we decided to move on. So that brings us here, which is where we summoned our first horde of many to come to that. I remember the time that we fought a bear and a savage monkey got chased into the river that's right down here by it. And I just kept dying and dying because of the stupid dogs. And then another horde that we summoned here, I got stung by a bee for the first time, and I didn't realize that we can do that, or that they actually do that. And during one of the hordes, I got my health all the way up to 120. So that was another great achievement of mine. Do you have any great achievements?
Yes, my first summon was here, and we only had to use arrows.
And do you remember how you did doing that? How was that experience?
It was fun, I guess, 'cause I guess I stayed longer than you, and I got killed by a bear.
So you got killed by your first bear here, and I got killed by a pack of wolves. But then another amazing area that would bring us to is Maine. Then that brings us to this area, the snow. We've had some troubling experience here because every time we try to come into the snow, we just can't beat the lumberjacks. The snow, I would say, for us would be one of our worst experiences, because every time we tried to explore it, as you can see, it would be this dark, for one, and two, um, you could never see anything.
Ooh. This brings us to second base, and I dislike this place because of the bombs. And like when we first moved here, it was a lot of bombs, and we barely made it because of the dogs and the zombies.
Yeah, you remember the alien zombie when we first started trying to find this place or whatnot? He just kept attacking us, and we didn't know how to kill him because we kept shooting him with the pistols, and we couldn't kill him, and we kept dying.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got that would be a couple of the hard times about this place, but I would say it was pretty cool because we actually spread it out. A couple of our stuff, like it had the guns already for us, med kits. We learned how to make first aid kits here. Um, Imani actually learned how to make her first mini bike here. And in this building right over here, we kind of can't get off the roof because there's our friends have followed us here. So, but on this building right straight across, we learned how to make flaming arrows, a rocket launcher. Now that was awesome. We took on 3 more hordes here, which here was honestly all about just protecting the structure instead of actually protecting ourselves. And so we didn't really stay here that long because of the bombs and the dogs. But I would say we had a lot of fun here. It was pretty cool. We learned how to properly hunt here as well. We, yeah, we're cold. We learned how to farm just right over there. That was a cool experience, at least for me. We got a lot of ideas from this next place that we're going to take you to. We got a lot of our base defense ideas from it. So, follow me on over. Oh yeah, you remember the race me and Ramon had up this hill when the zombie jumped on his bike? That was hilarious. I didn't even know zombies can do that. And they jumped straight on his bike and slung him off of it.
Hmm.
And then that brings us here. A trader. So along our journey, a couple, literally in every spot that we were in, we learned our trader locations. We've learned all 4. There's only 4, and there's 1 in each biome. Our favorite one would be this one right here in the forest biome. Reason being is because it has a lot of our base defense ideas, you know. This one right here has awesome defense ideas as well, with the bricks. And we also get a lot of material from it, like this burning barrel, which gives off heat and stuff. So they have a lot of great tools, and they also have, when we did not have one yet, or we could not find one, where is it? Might not, I don't think it's at this location, but they have had a workbench, and you know that came in handy a lot when we didn't have our own. And then the trader, of course, we've tried to kill him many of times, trying to let zombies in to him, trying to shoot him, because some of them are mean. And we've also tried to get back behind him to get in there. We found out that we can't do that. We also found
We
his
sell only the best merchandise.
secret stash. Found out how to use that. found out pretty much that he has some cool stuff.
There's always
Some of them
cavalry
has
up the
better
road
stuff
you can try looting.
than others. And we also found out that every trader has a special trademark that they say at the end or at the beginning of each of your visits. So, this is another cool place that we found.
So it brings us to this place, which is in the fire zone.
And I would say about this place, it was kind of a big secret, honestly, because as you can see right now, it just looks like a house and just a little normal fence in the back. But there was an underground bunker. It was 4 of these, and we broke through it with the auger that we learned how to build. And as soon as you got through, we got this awesome underground bunker, which we learned that the zombies cannot dig. So our 7th days here were pretty much smooth. We did not even have to shoot at all because they couldn't dig. However, they did eventually get through here, and we did eventually have to realize that we did have to attack them and start shooting.
So it's another secret that I like about this house is a lamp that you can see what the other person is doing. So that's cool. And then what I dislike about this house is that at nighttime you barely can see and it's all foggy. And then another thing that's cool or I like about it is that I almost like died or whatever by a bear, but it got caught in the fence right here. It's a back fence that's inside of the barrier. So that was cool too.
And then we also learned how to make this awesome base defense, which for some reason, I don't know if it's like a glitch or something, but the Z's couldn't get through here. Somehow though, because this isn't finished, we was just kind of showing you guys, we didn't build anything right here on the corners, and they would just eventually keep walking and walking, and then they'll eventually just appear on the other side of it. So that was kind of a weak spot. So that's how the bear got through, because he got through here and attacked her. But we also had our ups and downs with this place, because on this side where the hill was, as you can see, since it was a hill, they was able to hit at the tops. And then we also learned about this thing, that the police zombie, when it blows up, it breaks the entire structure. So that was kind of another bad thing about this. But other than that, this defense is excellent. And we also learned our zombie guide here. Right here in the front yard, we've learned each zombie, what their specialty was, and we learned their strength rating. We also learned at this place, we learned each dog as well. We learned more about the dogs, and we've learned that they normally come in packs of 3s. And we learned about a little bit more about the alien zombie, the reason why it runs every night, the reason why it's so hard to kill. And we also learned in that same video that each zombie also drops a certain amount of loot, depending on which zombie. Like the nurse drops medicine, and the police zombie, if you can get it killed without blowing it up, it drops guns and military armor. We learned that as well in this video. We also learned here that we didn't really like this place that much. And you may be asking, why in the heck are we moving so much? Why did we have so many bases? Well, we also decided here that we would move to each biome, and then we would pick which biome we liked the most. This one and also the wasteland biome we hated. We liked it the very, very least. So this was an okay experience, but as you can see, and like Imani just said, you can't see crap. There was too many dogs. There was way too many Z's, and we just couldn't handle it here. But other than that, it was pretty cool. This place had a lot of secrets, a lot of cool compartments, a lot of cool things going on with it. We also learned how to make a special light that we put right up top here. We learned that it doesn't really light that much, but we learned how to make it. We learned how to make um, some. We learned how to make more bullets. Imani also got better at that bow. She's gotten better with the guns as well here, and she's learned how to make her guns like the pistol, and she's gotten better at crafting as well while she was here. So this place, to sum it all up, this place would be a better fit for Imani because she learned all her cool new tricks, and she caught up to us. She caught up to me, and she caught up to Ramon in the ability to play the game at this level. And I would say that she also developed the love for this game as we do. So that would lead us to our final base, and not our final stop in this amazing video.
So that brings us to this place where we found red massa.
Yeah, we found Red Massa because we were looking for military bases, and so we learned where all our military bases are. And then we decided we were finished moving, or we were finished playing in the fire zone, which you just saw. So then we had to move to the desert. That was our next place, the desert and the snow. We did not, however, move to the snow. Reason being is because um, it was a little too difficult for Imani. She wasn't really at that level yet, but do not worry, we will be moving when Savage Monkey gets back, um, so we can show you guys that experience. And so yeah, we wanted to move to the desert. We wanted to get this one out of the way. Um, so as we were riding our bikes, we found, Red Massa, and I did a little research on it. And it was a place that apparently was pretty hard to find, but it was also a place that was a great starter base. A lot of you guys had it on your videos as a great starter base. So since that's what we were doing, was finding all the great starter bases and living there, we thought that this one would be a great one as well. So we also learned all the great starter bases while we were here as well. I made a couple videos of that,
So then I did my first hunting video.
which was kind of interesting because Imani learned how to not only how to hunt, but she also learned how to use her bow more efficiently. She was able to get those headshots that you guys seen in our last horde video. She was able to get she was able to use that bow a lot better. She was able to use it a lot faster. Um,
And then also I got better at crafting stuff.
what was one of the things that you were able to craft while you were here?
I craft like weapons or like tools.
Yeah, like some arrows. Uh, you craft a bow. You also learn how to make a gun, and you put a couple guns together too. We also upgraded our bikes while we were here. We got Imani's bike to about a even 400. We got mine um, a little bit closer to that 600. And then we also played a little prank on Savage Monkey and kept his character at the house in the fire zone so that he would have to come and find us when he comes back.
So then we made our first Z traps.
Yes, the Z trap was pretty interesting. Um, we made that guy right right here in this area right here. We had to build another world, and I made it a creative world. Um, and then it was kind of difficult for us to find flat land for it, but we didn't have time to test it against a horde. Um, but we did build it, and I literally made that. I watched a couple videos from you guys, and then using what I saw in the videos and what I've already learned, what we've learned, that the zombies cannot dig. We've learned that they can't break certain blocks or whatnot, depending on how they were placed. So we used that to trap them, and we used a couple uh, stuff like barbed wire and spikes and things like that at the bottom of our trap. And I also showed you how you could make this and put a house on top of it, and it doesn't have to be as big as it was in that video. Um, you could literally build this around your house, which when we find our forever home, one of us will have that as our defense, the actual zombie trap. So you'll get to see that put in action on an actual house.
So then we found our first Z proof house.
Yes, we found the Z-proof house. Imani, fun fact about that, Imani actually survived her very first horde there, which is right here. Um, we wanted to know, if the zombies could swim. When I found this place, I've always wanted to know afterwards if zombies could swim or what would happen to them if they hit water. So we decided to build a horde there. And that video, not gonna lie, was a little boring because we didn't get any zombies at all. None of them was able to make it to here because the water was so deep. They just pretty much sinked at the bottom and they just started walking around. And another thing, while we were at Red Massa, we found a mining hole. This guy right here on my screen, um, I found a lot of coal here. I found a lot of iron, silver, and I even found gold here. Um, Something that I didn't think I was gonna find. But I also learned that in order to get the gold or the diamond, um, which I think I lost my chance at, you would have to uh, have a steel pickaxe. You can't just use anything. It has to be that steel pickaxe. And also, while I was here, I drowned in a watering hole because I couldn't find my way back up to the top. That video was I thought that video was funny and very depressing because I was really trying to stunt for you guys, and that water really stopped that.
So while we were at this place, I killed my first dog without the bike.
Yeah, you love using your bike to kill them dogs. Every time we drive by a dog, you kill it with your bike. It don't make no sense. My player also loves to keep breaking his legs. Also, another thing that we learned while we were here um, was not only did we learn the traps and the Z-proof house, we also learned how to make bombs and mines, and I got better at navigating through those. Um, we learned the difference in the waters. We learned how to make water. We learned what every drink on here was used for. Um, we learned that in the wasteland zone.
So then, what I don't like about my person is that I get hot easy and have to drink and eat a lot.
But don't forget, Imani, you learn also that the way so that you won't have to eat and drink so much is your survival and camel skill points has to be up. We also learned how to use our skill points smart, and we learned what we should use our skill points on in this game. Which some of the first things I think you should is um, health nut, survival, camel. Reason being is because all of those is about your player. They help get you to that 120 for console. I think it's like 200, something around that area for PC. So it helped y'all, get around that area.
So then I had my first Z run at nighttime.
So yeah, that was in one of our recent videos, and what will be happening in this next season, the entire next season, um, they'll start to run at night, and we will eventually get to them running all the time. Um, Once we start getting used to them running at night, and we're able to effectively handle them, then they'll be running all the time, and we're gonna get the Z's closer to um, our level, pretty much. So they'll be closer to uh, insane. Eventually, we will have them to be on insane, and eventually, we will have it to where there's small hordes almost every night. We're not there yet. We are gonna wait until we're in our so-called forever homes. Um, just pretty much where we all split up and we all build our base defenses. We all decide to, build our house up. Um, we did not in this go around decide to build our own house. We did decide to, as you can see, take the houses that already were on the game and make them ours. So, uh, just because I thought it would be a little bit easier, um, and you guys know how much we need wood, so if we was to build our own house, it would be kind of difficult because we need so much wood. But in our forever homes, we will kind of flip houses, so that'll be an experience I cannot wait to share with you guys.
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that.
If so, hit that subscribe button and don't forget that notification bell, and leave a comment. Let me know of any other gaming ideas you got for me. Till next time,
And my
MIW Gamer
game
Wolves
was
out.
out.
Peace.